Hi gang. So tonight our guest is what?
Okay. There's no one in there yet.
Yeah, that's okay. There we go.
Just wait for people to join before.
Hi everyone. I'm just gonna do some general chit chat. I just wiped my eye before because I had something in the eye, not like our health minister with my mask. If I had one handy, I would have done it. But you know, hey, all that stuff's worked. So cool. We've got a few people joining in tonight. So thank you on this, blockbuster Saturday night. I know you've all got loads of stuff to do and places to be and people to see. But thanks for spending time here. Come on. Oh. So I'm just going to introduce you to my technical support. This is Sonny. This is Salmon, my partner. And this is Sonny, who Jimmy May calls the health inspector at Little Tokyo. So anyway, all right. So she might sit here, she might not. But tonight we've got Todd Bailey, who owns 13 Feet. I consider Todd a good friend of mine. We went to New Zealand together a few years ago. We've both got studios in the city. He's now got 13 Feet 2 down the road in Haymarket. So yeah, it should be a really good chat. He's a powerhouse. We might even be able to get his wife Katie on to give us a chat as well. Hey Ron, hi everyone. I'm just going to invite Todd now. So here we go. There we go. So Todd is going to be in the room and we'll say hey. Hi Todd. So here we go.
Hey, good stuff.
Nice to see you. I'm just going to turn up my volume, mate. So,
Yeah.
where are you, mate? You look like you're in not the bat cave, the rat fink cave.
I'm in the garage.
Nice.
The man cave.
Yeah, awesome. So you're not in Sydney CBD at the moment, are you?
I'm on the Central Coast.
Okay, cool. So what we'll do tonight, you'll see a bunch of people are already saying hi and that sort of stuff, Todd, which I'm sure you can see.
Yeah.
So feel free to say hi to them or ignore them, whatever you see fit. But we'll just have a chat and, we'll go off on tangents. Hi, guys. Hi, Just Hat. And, yeah, we'll just roll from there. How's the last week, or is it 2 weeks? How long is it now? Nearly 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's getting out of control. Hi, Sue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been challenging, I suppose, at first. Now that it's extending, it's sort of hitting home a bit more, I think, for most people. But I've just been working on my mini truck. So,
mate, you didn't hold back, painting it black as well.
Yeah, I've resprayed it, welded, done some body work, blah, blah, blah.
Get
me out of the house. Well, part of the house anyway.
Yeah, no, amazing, mate. That's one of the things I've always admired about you as well, mate. You're such hands-on with so many different things. Because what are you? Originally, you're a chippy by trade, is that correct?
Yeah, I was a carpenter for 10 years before I started tattooing.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, but you, with your shops as well, you've pretty much built them all from scratch, haven't you?
Yeah, pretty much. The Haymarket one we had help, but because of Lend-Lease and their influence, but very hands-on. We sort of built Haymarket off designed it from a computer screen because it wasn't even built. The buildings weren't finished, so that was interesting.
Yeah, amazing. What we might do, we might just like I chatted to you before. We'll go through a few little things. So can you give us a little rundown of your tattooing? Because I know it, but I'm going to forget a little bit. You tattooed in London, is that correct? Or started in London?
In Brighton.
Or something like that?
I was living in Brighton in the UK.
Yep.
And I got into it sort of there, came back here, and I started a proper apprenticeship at working at Redfern, which has been under Chris Phillips. He's from Glasgow.
Yep.
And as far as I know, he's gone back to Glasgow. And he's opened a shop in Glasgow with his wife and daughter.
Yep, nice.
And then I went back to the UK, after that. And then Amsterdam and just bounced around.
Cool. The name, tell me about when you met, the name Giovanni just popped into my head.
Oh yeah, Jimbo. Well, that's how I. It's a pretty funny story. I'm in Thailand, at Koh Phangan or Koh Samui or somewhere, and I was getting on a boat, and at the time my partner, she was like, "Oh, you're gonna look like that guy when you're like 40," and I was like, "Oh, yeah, whatever," and I didn't think much about it. It was like a short, stocky dude with 3/4 sleeves and stuff. And then a few days later, I'm drinking beers, watching the AFL Grand Final in Tropical Murphys, and it's like, I think it was 10 or 11 in the morning. And I got up to go for a piss, and he was sitting at the back of the bar by himself.
Wow.
And I walked past and I was like, "Bro, you're the guy from the boat," because I did briefly speak to him on the boat.
Yep.
I was smoking cigarettes on the deck, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, I remember." And I was like, "There's nothing more depressing than sitting on a good tropical island by yourself. Come and sit with us." He was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Fuck, mate, come on."
Yeah.
it's
amazing.
We're drunk, and yeah. So I spent the day with him and ended up hanging out all night and dinner and all that. Yep. And he showed me, like, he had his laptop before iPads and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
And he showed me like full bodysuits that he did, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'd never seen anything like that at all," you know. And so I was just like, "Wow, okay, this is a whole nother world."
Yeah.
He was so passionate. He was so passionate about it. I was like, "I need that shit in my life."
Yep.
You know, I got it there, but I just haven't got anywhere to direct it.
Yep.
And
that was amazing.
That day changed my life.
Yeah, amazing. It's funny how things like that happen. So I know. So that's a big changer. I'm going to skip ahead now, but on some other stuff I want to ask you. But I know you've become really good friends with Eddie Deutsch over the years. He's obviously a big influence on you as well. Yeah, so can you tell us a little bit about that story?
I got tattooed by him the first time here when he came and worked at Cliffs at Innovision.
Yep.
And then I ended up being his like driver for that sort of week.
Yep.
And
amazing.
I really got to know him, and then and so I just showed him around Sydney and stuff.
Yep.
And then went from there, and then I ended up getting. He did my chest.
Yep.
And I didn't turn up in a very good state. I'd been at the Golden State convention.
Yep.
And a massive party that night when it finished, and I was getting tattooed the next day. And I rolled in, no good. But
You didn't tap out, did you?
No. No, I didn't tap out, but he was like, he knew, and I was pretty grey.
Yeah.
And and I was like, "Oh, he's never gonna fucking talk to me again after that."
And
then maybe he respected me a little bit because he knew how shit I was, and I still, I copped it.
Yeah,
it was amazing. That was no joke. And then he's done my back as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got your back. You travelled to LA to get it done. Is that correct?
Yeah, multiple times.
Yeah. Because Eddie's like, from day one, he was like around all the big hitters back in the day. He worked at He worked at Tattoo City, and then he opened up like 222.
Ed's right hand man. Like he was before the other guys, and then and the other guys obviously made history with everything they've done. Changed doing forever.
Yep.
And he showed me all the photos and things like that he's got. That when he's tattooed Philip Liu and Philip Liu, super young.
Yep.
Definitely underage.
Yeah. Well, I think Philip got tattooed like 12 or 13 or something, and was tattooing not long after. You know.
Yeah.
But with like Eddie, like he'd learned to build machines with Paul Rogers, all that sort of stuff. Like, like the pedigree that people would kill for.
Absolutely, and he's so cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think I got on with him because he can be very upfront, I suppose.
Yep.
But he but he's true to his, his word and what he believes and all that, and sort of respect that, don't you?
Yeah, cool.
And I feel like I'm sort of similar. So
yes, you're to the point, mate, which is good. As one of the things
you're
I
not
love
for
about you
everybody,
as well.
but you stick to your word,
Yeah, no, it's good. All right, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. So after you came back from London, where did you? What was the timeline between London and coming back that second time and starting up 13 feet?
Oh, it was pretty. I went to, where did I go?
Did you work at Pretty in Ink?
I went to Pretty in Ink, but I actually had like this tiny little private spot on William Street, and
okay.
And
in Paddington or in the Cross?
Pardon?
In Paddington or William Street in the Cross?
The Cross.
Oh, cool.
I just used to live up the road.
Yep.
And there was, and then I just had this little spot there, and because I was just trying to stay out of the way a little bit, it wasn't a...
Yeah, it was a time in Sydney where everyone sort of kept their heads down.
Yeah, and then, keeping my head down, I was there for probably like literally 6 months. This is all before licensing and you had to do anything, really. You could just do anything. And what's the tattoo shop there called now?
Stoneheart?
Stoneheart, sorry.
Stoneheart.
Yeah. Was going to open up downstairs and I seen the DA on the door and I was like, fuck.
Wow.
I was like, I got to bounce.
Yep.
And then, I seen the job advertised for Pretty Ink, and then I went there. Went out there and met Adam and Kathy. And
Who were you working there with? Was Dave Rowlands there? Was Jamie Giant there?
Rowland was there. Yep. Toby Shipman, Jamie Giant. There was a few other ones, but Danny.
Yep.
Rest in peace. And there was a few of us. It was great. It was really good. Like it had its own, reputation, but as far as being a worker there, we got treated really good.
Yep. Yeah, nice. How's Jamie doing? I've seen on Facebook he's recovering and he's out of hospital and stuff.
Yeah, he's all right. He's a lot more positive than he was a couple of weeks ago. Yep.
So your wife has just asked, tell the story about Dave with the glasses.
Oh yeah. So Dave, bless him. He doesn't mind a drink.
Yeah, he's a wild man of tattooing.
Yeah, it's probably a daily event from sun up to sundown. Yeah. And so he used to, and because they used to have cameras up in the corner and the lounge at the front, and so he used to make me he couldn't use computers or anything. He never knew how to use the photocopier actually.
Yep.
So he used to make us print out eyes and put them out and stick them on his glasses, and he'd go sit in the waiting room in the front with his eyes on. And he thought he was like that inconspicuous. So he's like, and it was fine. And he's used to go and have a sleep out the front in the main area, like sitting up like that other thing with his glasses on. And that went on for a couple of years. Like it was a day.
Oh, hell, mate. Yeah. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy.
I've seen him hammering down Victoria Road on a Ninja, no shoes, no helmet. Me screaming at me to open the door and things like that. That stuff was going on for sure. Yeah. It was a very electric place.
Yeah. Where did you after Pretty Ink, where did you go to then?
I ducked and weaved for a bit after what happened there, and then I ended up in King Street. Yep.
Yeah, cool. And how long were you on King Street for, or at King Street? Because you're still on King Street.
Pardon?
I said, how long were you at King Street for? But then I said, you're still on King Street.
Yeah. The King Street tattoo with Duncan and Emil. There for, I don't know, I'd say 3 to 4 years or all up, I think, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So with can you tell us a bit about Emil? Because I've known Emil from around the traps, and I was at Moon Eyes one year and ended up spending quite a few nights with him and Duncan, talking about the inner workings of the universe. He was a much loved character by a lot of people, and the photo in the promo of putting you up, a lot of people go, yeah, he's going to be a good one. Emil, Mr. Cranky, he's definitely had a presence.
Yeah, the King of King Street, mate.
Yep.
He was the King of King Street. Yeah. Everyone loved him. Everybody knew everyone from the barmaid to, the top end of town. It's just, he was a big influence on my life at the time. Oh, still to this day. It was sad how he passed away, but, he was very charismatic.
Yes.
But he was here to live.
Yeah. he lived a good life too on the time he was here. Like, but as well, like, I think he had his back piece by Matt Cunnington.
Yeah.
Yep. And like, such a cool tattoo collection as well.
Yeah, he did. I remember the story they told me multiple times about when they were at Shamrock Social Club.
Yep.
And they were getting lit, like as he used to be able to do. And he was telling Mark Mahoney that his portrait he did was shit and it wasn't dark enough. Yeah.
Maybe so.
Freddie Negretti was there and like all those guys. And, you could just imagine it, like he was full tilt apparently a day into it. And he didn't give a fuck. No. Mate, loved his motorbikes. It was, he was a good ambassador for tattooing, that's for sure. Yeah, so, he was a funny guy. He had his own ways. With
all of that, like your work's changed a little bit over the years. Like you've come from being like, a street shop hero doing everything, which is amazing. It gives you a really good grounding. To then you used to do a lot of, correct me if I'm wrong, would you call it a lot of color portraiture work? Yeah. That sort of stuff, and black and grey. And now you've kind of got like a bit of a mix, a hybrid stuff going on. You'll have back on the coils and...
Yeah. I'm just always trying to progress,
Yep.
And then because I think I've got split personalities. I'll go this way sometimes and then I'll go that way sometimes. Yeah. It's hard for me to stick to one thing, and I just worked out over the years that I can't do one thing, like, you know what I mean? I have to work out how to, to put it together.
Yep.
And that's been, what do you call it? Like a late bloomer or whatever, maybe.
Yep.
It's taking me a while to work out and get the skills and the confidence to get to where I'm at, I suppose.
Yeah, but like what I admire as well, Todd, like you're always pushing it, like, and, like, looking at it, like you seem to be a very quick tattooer as well. So I think people are getting bang for buck, and the way you merge a lot of imagery together on a large scale, you're not just looking at it like piecework, like you're using, every shape of the body. Yeah,
I'll just try and work. Well, Chung always calls me a sculptor, but which is, I would agree, like I'm trying to, the composition's like really important to me, and that's what I've learned over the years, you know what I mean? From doing so many different versions of styles, I suppose.
Yep.
And now sort of working out my own sort of style to make it look like where it came from, you know what I mean?
Yeah. We've got a couple of little comments coming in. Kerry Winner, loving the stories. Got tattooed by you. That might be me. Hey, Kerry. And then Pro One Tattoo. Trial and error and persistence paid off, mate. Love your work. Love your work. Yeah, mate, you're killing it. Pro One. Mate, I hope is that my mate Adam Brill from Melbourne? I hope so. Or if not, I'm sorry if I've mistaken that one. But yeah, it's good. So with all of this sort of stuff going on, like with COVID and everything, and like repainting your car and all the rest of it, have you like taken with all of that now and knowing that it looks like this is going to go on a bit longer, what do you see yourself doing for the rest of the lockdown? Like, because I know you look at your Instagram, you're up super early training. You know, you're a great family man, that sort of stuff. And, you know, you're a great businessman as well. What might you be doing with your time over these coming, hopefully, week or weeks?
Well, I've got to finish the car.
Yep. What percentage rate? Is it 60, 70, 80% done?
Like, I can show you exactly what stage it's at.
Yep. Oh, mate. Amazing. Are they mini tubs?
That's where we're at.
Yep. Oh, Pro One, it's Joel Majestic. Hey, Joel. Good to hear from you. And then we've got Mr. Dingo, crazy Chicano vibes with Todd. Love that shit.
I love that shit too.
Yeah. So with the car, where do you reckon you're at? 60, 70% completion?
Yeah, about 70. And now I've done all the hard work. I've just got to rub it all back now and then buff and polish and put it back together. So,
yeah, nice.
So then it'll be nice and shiny, like, because I did like a metallic black.
Yeah.
So I was going to black through it, which is pretty challenging. But
and that's obviously going to be your daily driver down to Sydney and back.
No way. I don't like if I get it out of the driveway.
Mate, I thought the Central Coast had all the smooth roads.
Like your one, mate.
Yeah, true. All right, so in the coming days, I've got like a couple of like talking to a few couples that tattoo together. You and Katie don't tattoo together, but you both run a super tight ship. And it must be beneficial to you to know that, you know, you've both got your back and that sort of thing, and keeping an eye on everything and the best interest for your staff, your clients, that sort of thing. So it must, I imagine, give you a little bit more freedom to create and you know, do everything else that you do. Yeah,
definitely. It's like getting used to being a business owner is a big step, and then having multiple shops is a whole nother can of worms. But then now learning to deal with that responsibility also enables you to pick and choose a little bit more than what you would have before. You know what I mean? I hate to say that I would say no, but I'm not very good at saying no. But it's definitely given me more freedom. Well, the first lockdown, what really changed things for me was the first lockdown. I drew 100 back pieces.
That's right. And you cooked every day with your son as well. Is that correct?
Yeah.
That mate, 100 back. So just to give, that's what I love, because you didn't waste any time on the last lockdown. So I dare say, coming back from the lockdown, all of those 100 back pieces, I imagine you've started quite a few of them since then.
Yeah, I have. I started a lot of them, but what that enabled me to do the first lockdown was work out what direction I was going, you know what I mean? Just drawing and overdrawing and practice with everything, doesn't it? So, and I just always wanted to do something. I never wanted my stuff to look like someone else's because that's my thing, you know? And so that's what I tried to push for, tried to keep going forward with the design side of things. And I'll probably do some more of that this lockdown for sure.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it was good because you were, and you know, there's no rules in a lockdown. Like, it affects everybody differently. You know, I think we're quite similar. We just try and, you know, keep moving and doing things. And for me personally, whenever I'm stressed or I've got big issues to think through, I always do stuff. And it's almost like reorganizing the boxes in my mind as well as just physically doing something that helps. So it's a good thing. But it's going to be nice to see what you come up with over, you know, these. What's your tip? Like, we were having bets in the shop, like just lightheartedly on the case numbers, or when we'd get locked down, we'd all throw $5 or $10 in the pot every day. Like, I don't know, how long do you reckon this is going to last for? Too long, obviously.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear the rhetoric has changed. The talk's changed somewhat. So, yeah, we'll wait and see. Anyway, let's move on to something a bit more positive. Sorry for being a Debbie Downer. Okay, another positive thing, talking about coming out of lockdown, like one of the things I love about your business, what you do, you're one of the first studios to adapt like the online booking system.
Yeah.
I've spoken about it with people at the studio, and there's a lot of resistance. And did you encounter much of that, or?
Well, a little bit, not really. Like everyone that works with us is pretty open-minded, you know.
Yeah.
Myself and tattooers, all inclusive. We all want this road, you know. So
yeah.
It does take a little bit of time for people to adapt.
Yeah.
But because I think one thing that has helped us with it is a lot of us, because we work in a street shop, you're able to adapt to things quickly.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like this big drawn out thing. And
yeah.
It's just, so you can, once you get used to it, you're just like, oh, that's all I've got to do. Here we go.
Yeah, and that's one of the key things, like adapting. Like I think now, Katie just said the online booking is my baby. Like, hat off to you, Katie.
I was resisting, you know.
Yeah, I get it. Like, but I know yourself. Like, I know you. Like, I do the same. Like, you'll still do walk-ins if you've got a cancellation and you have the time. Like myself also. You know, I think you've got to lead by example, so to speak, or whatever.
How do you do that?
Yeah.
Like people, you know, I think that's a big thing that people need to get their head around. Like we're tattooers, so we get paid to do tattoos. I know it's not always your flavour, but you're still going to make that person's day.
Yes, 100%.
Time and you're just sort of fucking around. You just bang it out, and you're like, "Whoa, I just got $250 for helping someone." Yeah.
When I first came to Sydney and worked with Cliff at Innovision, like
big and small, love them all, Rob.
Yeah. Like go Rob. When I came to Sydney Innovision, I didn't do like a half sleeve or anything for like 6 months. I was just doing all the walk-in stuff, and that half sleeve ended up being on someone that I'd done a small walk-in tattoo with. You know, I gave them a good experience. We connected, and they were quite happy to come back and, you know, get it on and go from there. And then, you know, you build it. So, and the thing is, I think sometimes tattooers can get a little bit lost in my style or what I want to do. Yes, but later on in your career, and you're very fortunate if that can happen. But your duty is, you're a professional, you're in the customer service industry, you give that person the best tattoo you can. And I said to a guy recently, I said, that's like, you really need to redo this. And I said, would you have put that on your sister? And they went, no. I'm like, there you go. So once you start to treat it like that, you know, you'll get to where you want to be quicker. So it's a good thing. So
and that's the important thing for, I suppose, older tattooers to still make that important through the business, through whatever, through the shops, you know what I mean? Because it does get lost, especially with your 1 to 10 year tattooers. They get a little, it's all about me, you know, where it's not all about you. It's more about them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I think that's important.
And you know, it's the one. It's like just recently we had a bunch of young kids come down from Byron Bay, and they all just stumbled on to get some walk-ins, and they were like cool young little surf skater rats. And I went to the manager. I said, I think we better check these kids for ID because they look young, right? And I thought, man, afterwards, they're all 18, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, man, I'm the old dude now. And I'm like, I'll say, what have you guys been doing? They're like, went to Ivy last night. We're going here tonight. I'm like, fuck. But it was so cool to tattoo them. Hey, Katie. Hey, kids.
Funny.
So, it was a really cool thing to do. So introduce the fam to those that don't know who's here.
Okay, this is Sunny. This is my eldest son.
Hi.
Nice.
And this is Katie, my wife.
Nice.
We call her the boss because she is the boss.
Behind every good man is a greater lady.
That's right.
Thanks.
So tell us a little bit about this online booking system, Katie. Like, where'd you get this idea from?
I'd been thinking about it for a while.
Yep.
And even before COVID, really, and
yep.
sort of thinking about how I could make it work. But of course, it's hard with tattoos because, you know, they're all different sizes and they're all different styles, and it's
yep.
not put, you know, an online booking on and then just, you know, book in a time, because then people are just booking all things all wrong.
Yep.
So I sort of just had to play around with things and spend quite a lot of time building it.
Yep.
Each booking type is individual to each artist.
Yep. I imagine you'd almost have to make it bulletproof.
Yeah, you do, because we do have like our reception girls going through and reading the bookings to make sure that they're booking in the right thing, but it's pretty tight and pretty foolproof.
Yep.
Imagery that goes along with it so the customers can book in the right things and all that.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's going to be, you know, it's great that you guys are a leader in it. And I think, you know, over the years ahead, it will probably become a normal or at least a bigger aspect of tattooing.
Yeah.
And, you know, especially like, you know, us, when we come out of this COVID, this lockdown, I don't think it's going to be as fruitful as the last one was because there's not as much, you know, assistance this time. So I think, yeah, it's a good thing. So your crew is going to be in you know, stand ahead of a lot of others, like ready to adapt, and they're already adapted to it, which is great.
And I find like customers quite like it because, you know, they might be perusing at night or whatever, and they can just you know, book in a time that works for them for an artist that they want to get tattooed by without having to wait for the emails back and forth. Of course, they can still ask us questions. That's not a problem, but it makes it
for sure. And like, you know, so many other industries everything is getting pushed online anyway now. So maybe we should all apply for some digital grants by the government. Hopefully they'll give it to us.
Well, the thing is, you know, it's like your shop never closes when you have online booking system.
Yep. So it's another version of like an online
legally
store.
Allowed open for certain hours, but, you know, doing it that way, then it's a 24-hour business.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Well, need to be working towards because the bills aren't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the bills don't stop, mate, especially now.
Oh.
So, you know. So so Katie, is this Todd quite easy to deal with? No, but I've got a lot of respect for you both. Like, you know, you've started off you know, the flagship store in Newtown, and now you're in Haymarket, but you've got a young family together. You commute quite a distance. You've got a killer team of people. Everything is so ironed out and well organized. It's amazing. You know, like you're, I think you set the bar high for a lot of people to look at.
2 young kids, a 3-year-old and an 8-year-old. We've got 14 tattooers working for us and 2 shops.
Yep.
It's busy. And I mean, Todd work well as a team together.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes like we obviously have our arguments sometimes, and we're both very particular, I guess.
Yep.
Especially when we're going in and opening a new shop, and we argue about everything, all of the finishes, you know, what it's going to look like.
But that's the love and that's the care.
Yeah, we both equally care about it.
And it is a beautiful shop, like, and you've now expanded into the space next door as well.
Yeah, we did. So there was a shoe shop next door. They finished up their lease, and then I asked if we could take that space over. So we knocked a hole through the wall and took next door as well.
Yeah, amazing. So we got a question here by Mr. Dingo 90. It's like, whose idea was it to make the 3D business cards? Think it was the first business cards for 13 feet?
It was me.
No, I
It was me.
And then he's like, yeah, they were red hot. So,
you know?
yeah.
I know, I'm going to do some more of those.
Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to bring back a limited run.
Yeah, we should.
Definitely, yeah.
Maybe that's something I can work on during COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you guys have always had, like, you know, you've been always on point with your merch as well. You know, got very cool branding, very good merch going on.
Yeah, we're working on some new merch at the moment as well. You know, hopefully sell some online while we close.
Like a very tattoo based, you know.
Yeah.
And everybody
totally
involved in designing things, and you know, a natural progression for everybody working together.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Any what have you got? Anything up your sleeve after you come out of this lockdown, or just basically just get back to business and try and recoup what we're losing by the minute?
We got something up our sleeves.
We've got
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so on a different note, like, you were like forging ahead with the Inner West Tattoo Convention, which, mate, word on the street from the poster, from being run by tattooers, there was like a real buzz around the community of like, this is going to be something really new and cool, like back to like a, you know, like a grassroots style convention, you know, even sort of back to like the early days of, you know, PTAA, but merged with the future altogether, this sort of, you know, all-inclusive thing. You know, so there was a lot of good stuff going on around that, and unfortunately you had to cancel it. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you've cancelled this year as well, or just put it on hold until, which I think was a great move, until we come out of what we're in. So can you talk a little bit about the idea of where that came from, and you know, when it does happen, you know, some sort of like a rough game plan of it?
Yep. Yeah, we just wanted to have it obviously tattoo based, you know what I mean? Not a bit more, like grassroots style. I thought the Bay Area show is a good one. Like, just run by tattooers for tattooers, and very tattoo based. Not so.
Not so commercial, I guess.
Not so commercial,
like, it's not. I mean, I don't want to bag out any other conventions, but the more commercial style conventions aren't run by tattooers, you know. And I guess we created something special that was, you know, really focused on the tattooing. Much like our shops, really. You know, the real focus is the tattooing and the artists. And we'd put heaps of work into the show that was supposed to be on last year. Like we'd you know, got the venue. We'd
already deposits, done all that stuff.
We lost, you know, a bit of money. We plan definitely to put it back on again. We can, but there's just no point, you know, putting all that effort and money and time into organising something this year, because it's just you can't really have what we'd like to have. You know, we want the public to be able to come and enjoy it, and
it's hard to say. Like, it may not even be next year. Like, you know, like. It's just so up in the air. So it's good. So what was the venue? Where was it going to be? Was it going to be in Marrickville, or was it going to be the Factory Theatre, or
the Factory Theatre? We had the whole venue.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, there was going to be bars and bands and you know, party time.
Benno. Speaking of party time, Benno's just chimed in supporting Real Tattooing, 100%.
Yeah, just supporting real tattooing and keeping it fairly local. You know, things always grow and escalate. Try and get it to here. So
it will happen. Like, I think it's just a matter of time, and when it does, I think, you know, it'll be incredibly successful. You know, I was quite, you know, honoured and flattered that when you asked to do some of the behind the lines bodysuit stuff in it, you know, and I knew that, you know, trying to get Eddie over and Lal over, like, it was going to be like, you know, a real cool thing for tattooing, and, you know, giving back to tattooing, which, you know, you guys understand completely, you know, because we're very fortunate to be where we are in life, and, you know, you got to be thankful, and it's just nice to give back to your artists, to your clients, to your community, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, like it was sort of going to be like a bit of like a street party.
Yeah.
You know, like, because I spent a lot of time in LA over the last few years, and you know how like the Chicano culture, you know, like with the and stuff, which I've always been into, and have that as part of it as well. And yeah, just it's sort of cool. It's easy going and good vibes.
Yeah, amazing. So New Zealand, we went to the New Zealand convention. While we're on the convention train, we went to Craigie Lee's convention, the Wellington one, a few years ago, the first one. Mate, it was amazing.
It was good, real good.
Yeah, like we were out every night, and I remember us walking around town going, man, Wellington's like a smaller version of what King's Cross was in the 80s or 90s. It was just bars, strip clubs, takeaway food joints, just everyone was happy. It was just an amazing place. And, mate, I think I turned up with a 1 or 2 bookings. You might have had the same. And by the end of the first day, we were booked out for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
You know.
Worked hard too.
Yeah, it was great. And we could have been booked out 3-4 times over.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was good.
You know,
we did the day-night thing, I think. So.
No, it was great. So, and you stayed on with Craigie. Like, I was only thinking back, and one of the things that spurred me on to like kick this into gear was because I know you did the podcast with him, and we were both going to go back this year and do it, and I was going to stay on and do one with him. So, if anyone wants to listen to Todd, what is it? Can you tell me what the podcast is?
Called Tall Tales and Tattooing.
Yes, yeah, with Craigie Lee from Wellington. And what's his studio called again? Union? Yeah, so if you just Google that, like he's interviewed quite a lot of really cool New Zealand tattooers as well. And you'll hear a bit more in-depth stuff about Todd's, journey through tattooing as well. So, yeah, it was a good thing. So on another note, the other night I was talking with Joe Kins about apprentices. He's apprenticed quite a lot of really good tattooers. I know you've got a few apprentices in your camp. Is that correct?
We've just got Grace.
Okay, cool. Can you tell me, like, because there's a lot of younger people that listen to this, and they want to know what an apprenticeship entails. So what is sort of like a cycle of an apprentice for you guys?
Grace, because I don't want to say I'm a hard ass, but like I believe you have to like earn it before you get there,
Yep, for sure.
The deal was you have to be the counter hand for a year.
Yep.
And work out how the business runs, because that's that's just, you need to know that stuff for yourself for the future.
Yeah, but also as well, I think they learn the very important skill of talking to people.
Yes, yeah.
Engaging people. People are nervous, they're younger, they're older, they've got some issues, they're in someone's just passed away. All of these things you've got to learn to gauge and balance it out.
Yeah, and she did that with Flying Colours.
Yep.
Now she's tattooing, and then like as far as the tattoo side of it, I just gave her basic things to work on, like tracing and traditional sort of imagery, which is fairly basic to follow. And then I made her.
She tattooed you.
She tattooed me.
Awesome.
Her tattooed like about 20 mangoes.
Wow, nice.
Because mangoes, which I don't know, I just thought of it as I was walking to the shop.
Yep.
Because I promised her that I'd let her tattoo something, and then I was like, fuck, what am I going to use?
Yep.
And mangoes bruise, so maybe that'll work. So I got some mangoes. And it actually worked out well, because if you use a mango, they're sort of soft and you can bruise them, and then put them in the fridge, and then the next day have a look at them, and then you can see the impurities.
Yeah. A bit better than the old classic pigskin.
Yeah, which stinks.
Yeah. And you might as well be tattooing a football.
Yeah. So she did that, and I just said you just have to keep doing straight line.
Yeah.
Like,
what have you got? What equipment is she using? Like a cross?
She's using Cheyenne pen.
Yeah.
The cartridges, like the girls down at Haymarket. Oh, I use a pen as well. Everybody. Yeah, it's part of being progressive, isn't it?
100%.
The coils is coils is the basics of tattooing, but
yep.
As you get older, your hands hurt and things like that.
Yeah, well, you gotta really learn how to drive a manual car to appreciate an auto.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, she's doing amazing.
Yeah, awesome.
That's I think it's like I don't know.
Grace has got her own style, you know,
Yeah.
like she's got her own, like,
Yeah.
she's got quite a little following with some people, and she's really got.
Yeah, she's taken. She's a hard worker.
She's a hard worker.
Yeah. She's got the right attitude, you know, because it's hard to be at the front, especially in Haymarket. Be at the front, deal with everybody, and tattoo all day and night, because these guys do like long hours, you know. But as we all,
who's at can you give us a little breakdown? Who's at either store, and like, because you guys have got like a really nice cross section of, you know, younger up and coming artists and street shop style, and you've also got like some, you know, very well known established artists doing, you know, amazing custom stuff.
Yeah.
So can you give us a breakdown of each shop?
Pardon?
Can you give us a breakdown of artists at each shop?
Yeah. In Newtown, there's Danny Panther, and then there's RJ.
Yep.
And Brett.
Yep. All killer trad guys.
Faye, also. Samantha.
Yep.
And at the back the arse end of the shop.
Guys.
Yeah. They're not really doing the street stuff, which is Chong, the wizard. He's amazing. Everyone knows Chong. Yeah. And then Juzzy, he does like all the geometric stuff, which is amazing. And it's like a laser, you know. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, precision.
There's me, and then there's Brad Barker.
Yeah, nice. Mr. Dingo's just asked, how did you score Brad? Because Brad's probably been tattooing in Sydney longer than me and you put together, and he's like one of the OG legends and pioneer of the biomech style.
Yeah,
you know, in this country. So how did it come about, Brad working with you both?
I went down and got tattooed by him.
Ah, when he was down Wollongong way.
Yeah, and then I did. You know, we got on great. We hadn't met before, but you know, we weren't really friends or anything.
Yep.
And then I don't know, shit hit the fan down there or whatever. Something happened.
Yep.
And then we teed it up, and then he ended up moving up here, and it's been a perfect marriage ever since.
Nice. How's he enjoying Newtown?
We're the two old cranky guys at the back that, you know.
So what's your working week, Todd? Is it? Do you spend time in both shops? Is it equally distributed, or does it swing from week to week?
It changes around a little bit because just because clients, it's more convenient sometimes to be in Haymarket or versa for Newtown. So I still tattoo 5 days a week.
Yep, nice.
And so usually, what is it? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, half the week.
Half the week in Newtown, half the week in Haymarket.
Yeah, cool. You might have been the same. Like, I know when we came out of lockdown last time, I stepped it up to 6 days a week, and you know, because it was sort of back like it was in the 90s. Everyone had excess JobKeeper, had excess money. They couldn't travel, wanted to get sleeves finished off from Bali and Thailand, and you know, it was good. So hopefully this time it's the same. So we'll see. My mate Tung from Taiwan just said hello, Rhys. Hey mate, you should follow him. He's an amazing young tattooer. He's well into his apprentice under a killer artist over there called Horikasawa. So he's a great guy to check out. So now talk about Haymarket. How's that sort of shop evolved from the one shop and now moving into the next door? And also, who did that amazing green dragon on the window? A lot of questions there, so take your time.
Logan.
Ah, awesome.
Logan does sign writing, and we approached him and asked him if he'd be interested in doing a big dragon on the window.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, mad. So
window, and we were like, what do we want to do something cool with this window, and sort of like we wanted people to be able to see in so they could watch tattooing, but
Yep.
sort of so open, so it sort of creates a bit of like you have to peer through the dragon to have a look.
yeah.
Yeah, at Haymarket we've got Grace at the front, the apprentice.
Yeah.
Jessie there. Jessie's from China, so we've got a bit of Chinese clientele down there, being in Chinatown. So she's our Chinese artist. We've got who's in there? Who else is in the front? Just them two. Yeah, just those two in the front at the moment.
Yep.
Where's
Rob hiding up the back?
Rob used to be in the front, but now he's moved over to the other room. So
he got the promotion.
So
Yeah, he's
upgraded.
He's had an upgrade.
Yeah.
Nice. But mate, Rob's been like one of your right hand men from day one, hasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. He's gold, mate.
Yeah, he's a great guy, man. He is gold. Exactly that.
He's got his full face.
Yeah. So who else is in the Haymarket crew then?
We've got Macy as well.
So like it sounds like you've got a lot of girls working there.
Yeah,
Nice.
Macy and Tori as well.
Yeah.
Tori, and Todd as well.
Yeah.
I'm halfway.
Yeah. I slide into the side spot.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Uncle English, didn't Uncle English work with you for a while?
Yeah, he did.
He's gone back to England now.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Well, he no doubt maybe they're experiencing a little bit more freedoms than we are at the moment. So we kind of had a golden run for quite a period of time.
Yeah. Yeah. They got hammered, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's a very old place when the chips are down.
Oh yes, yeah. Yeah, like in English, I remember I was there for quite a few years, and sometimes summers just don't come. And it's like 2 years of winter, and it's like, oh my God. I remember one shop I worked in, I worked there 6 days a week, and I didn't see the sun for like nearly 2 years. And I started getting like a complex that I was like so white. And so I went and got a couple of sunbeds to try and look like I had a tan or I'd see the sun. So, yeah, not good. So, so we've got about our last sort of 5 or 6 minutes left. So anything you guys want to talk about, or if whoever's watching, anyone's got any questions, this is a good time to unleash and sort of that sort of thing.
Throw some questions at us. That'd be good.
All right, I'll throw some questions at you. What is your because the cat's out of the bag now as far as, you know, what we use and needle groups and this, that and the other. What are your daily drivers, Todd, as far as your tattooing equipment?
I'm using what am I using? FK irons.
Yep. What, a pen or coil?
Yeah, pen.
Yep. Is that the Spectra or?
Pardon?
Is that the Spectra or something like that?
Yeah. I think it's that one.
Yeah,
they all look the same.
Something else.
But before that, you know, when you use coils, what are you using? An eddy machine?
I was using Eddie Deutsch machines.
Yeah, you have a good collection of coils.
Yeah, I still collect them.
Oh, mate, here we go. Tell us about the time you went and got your biomech done by Greg out at East Hills.
Ah, yeah. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Mate, you came out there quite a few times as well, didn't you, Todd? Mate,
yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, because that was in his sketchbook, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How long did that take him?
It was a long night.
But a long night, but how long did the tattoo take all up?
15 minutes.
Yeah, but spread out over about 8 hours.
Yeah. We drank quite a fair bit of
Scotchies?
Walker?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How many times did the cigarette ash fall on the tattoo?
So many times. The cigarette ash I can deal with. It's the wiping of the nose.
True. Mate, But how wild was that out there? Like, it was so nice talking with Dean last night. But, mate, what an experience to go to that madhouse.
Yeah. It was funny. I do have a funny story. You know how I was telling you, I think I was telling you one night about the cartridge you had, and it had pink in it, pink on the cartridge.
Yeah.
And I was, here we go. And then, argue, go on, go for it.
Yeah.
And I seen Vanessa, his daughter, at the PTAA show, and I was, I've got some of that on my leg.
Oh, mate, it was.
Or something. And I was like, oh, I know that colour.
Mate, we were so lucky to experience that madhouse. It was, mate, it was out of control. It was like,
we go to a place like that again.
Yeah, 100%. We'll never. I don't think that exists anywhere in Australia at this moment or any time in the future. It was. But mate, God bless Greg. Like, he loved tattooing and he loved all of us coming out. You know, it was really cool. You know, we got to experience that, and he got to experience us, the new younger generation coming through, and giving him props and mad respect and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, Rob's written the Smoko.
Yeah, the Smoko, yeah.
Yeah. So, no, it was good.
Wiping the ash in and, you know.
Yeah, but mate, the history, like what a mad space. So, okay, we're a few minutes left. So, you've obviously got something up your sleeve for when you come out, because you always have. Are you going to give us a hint?
No.
No.
Good move. Yeah, I wouldn't either.
There's always
like
something.
How have you got, like, we've got a group chat at the shop, how we try and stay in touch with artists, and you've got your little different groups in the shop of people gravitate towards each other differently and communicate more, and now I can sort of see in our own one it's sort of dropping off a little bit. So I try to like, okay guys, we got to, like, even if we just say hi to each other every day or send some silly stuff. Have you guys got like your shop group chat going on in lockdown?
Yeah. We've still been talking, I post up boring old COVID updates every now and then,
I just post dumb stuff.
Yeah, Todd posts.
Yeah, you've got to. Like, I got sent like a great one today. Like, it was a Stooge one with Gladys, Channel 9 News, saying Highway Patrol will be pulling over random people doing COVID tests on them and all this other sort of craziness. And I was like, no need to send that. So,
but like in the we're sort of going with both the shots, but we've got a wall of shame.
Wall of shame.
Wall of shame.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so the worst photos you've ever had in your life taken have been dug up from the internet, and they're on the wall of shame.
Mate, that's always a good one for
highlights. It's
there.
Yeah.
It's right in the front.
Here we go. We've got Maverick's room. Hi guys, ass or tits? Both.
Yeah.
All, everything.
I'm gonna give that a blank, like your photo.
There you go. All right, we're running out of time now, guys. So I just want to say thank you. Thanks for tonight. So where can people find you guys? Obviously, Todd Bailey Tattoo. Is that your Instagram?
Yeah, Todd Bailey Tattoo and 13 Feet Tattoo.
Yeah, and so if, like, both shops run under the same Instagram, is that correct? Yeah, same website, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, whoever's watching, go down and check out Todd. Todd and Katie both got, they're two amazing shops. They're wall to wall, eye to ceiling, floor to ceiling. Like, there's plenty of stuff to look at. They're great shops, great tattooers. So thanks for your time tonight, guys. And I look forward to having a beer with you one night soon.
Oh, can I just one question from Tori?
Yes.
I've got a vest.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah,
I've got the new vest on. Do you want to see the back?
Yeah. Here we go.
Got new merch for the shop, but we haven't put it out there yet on the media.
Oh no! Oh, here we go. No, oh, nice. What's that? Like a mad Mad Tibetan Skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. There you go.
Hanging in there. Obviously, you got to have that on there.
Nice, nice. All right, here we go. There you go. So, people, keep an eye out for it, and get your credit card ready.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Someone just asked, how long is the wait for Todd?
How long's a piece of string?
Don't know at the moment because of COVID. We've got to rebook all the bookings.
Yeah, it's case by case, week by week. So
cool. a bit of a mess.
Yeah, it depends what what they're looking to get. Yeah, just send an email through.
Yeah, and he'll always fit you in. All right, guys. Love to you both. Talk to you soon. See yous.
Yeah.
Ciao.